Too much power! Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Cuff, this is Off the Cuff, and oh my god, amazing. Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct this morning, and it was amazing, as I've just said several times. It was amazing, it really was, so amazing, yeah. And a lot of stuff came out of it that I really wanted to talk about, but I really can't because there's so much. I do want to touch on the fact that Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy is coming to Nintendo Switch, which I'm only amazingly excited about. Really gotta stop saying amazing. That's not good. But I'm so excited that Crash Bandicoot is coming to a Nintendo console once again. Switch looks amazing, and god damn it, Switch looks great. Switch looks great, and now that it has Crash on it, it's automatically great. Now, great has become the new amazing. Fantastic. And now fantastic. I'm just gonna stop. The interesting thing about this is that the announcement pretty much proves the rumor that came out earlier this year about Crash and Spyro. So, who knows, we may be getting Spyro Trilogy by the end of the year. Fingers crossed for that one. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be great. But the biggest news of the day was obviously the return of Smash Brothers. And I did not see this coming. I thought there was going to be one of two big announcements. It was going to be either Pokemon on Switch or Smash Brothers on Switch. Smash Brothers seemed the less likely option to me. I thought they were going to announce Pokemon today, touch on it more at the start of E3, and then at the end of E3, Smash Brothers. But it looks like they're doing the opposite, which is interesting, I guess. But I guess it does make sense if the Smash Brothers is coming out this year. You want to announce it early on. That way you have as much time to talk about it as possible, because you know there's going to be a lot of stuff to announce for it. And to me, this basically confirms that Pokemon Switch isn't coming out this year. It'll be next year, which I'm fine with, honestly. Let Gen 7 breathe. Give it time to exist on its own before we launch Gen 8. Don't rush into it. Let Gen 7 exist and then do Gen 8. But Smash Brothers, yes! Smash Brothers Wii U had its day in the sun, and now it is finally time for Smash Brothers Switch, and you know what that means. Mindless speculation! One of the best things about Smash Brothers Wii U back in 2013 and 2014 was watching the entire internet just speculate like crazy with no substantial evidence to back anything up. I actually got involved and I posted a roster video for what I thought the Wii U roster was going to end up looking like. I can't find that video anymore. Might be on one of my old channels, might be something I deleted because I was ashamed of how outdated it was. Probably the latter. But hey, we're here now, and Smash Brothers Switch is right around the corner, contextually speaking. It's this year, so it is right around the corner. It's right around the very long corner that is 2018. And we can start talking about what we know, and that's what this video is going to be. I plan to do a lot of these throughout the year as they announce new information, but I want to start speculating on what I think the new game is going to hold, based on what Nintendo shows us. It's kind of a different thing from me, but I hope you like it, and I hope that you welcome it, because I like talking about this kind of stuff, and I want to talk about it to a computer, and then by proxy to you guys. So what do we know about Smash Bros. Switch right now? Well, we know from the official website that it's not a port of the Wii U version, which I'm just that little bit excited about. It's going to be Smash Bros. 5, the 5th generation of Smash Bros. Games, and it's time to start speculating. Here's what we know about Smash Bros. 5 so far. Mario, Link, Inkling. That's it. That's literally all we know. We see some silhouettes in the background of the Smash logo, and I recognize a few characters. I definitely saw Bowser in there. But for now, I'm just going to leave that can of worms on its own. You can interpret anything from a shadow. I'm going to wait until Nintendo officially confirms some of those characters in the shadow before talking about them specifically. But for now, let's talk about what we do know. Starting with Mario. I'm amazed he's back. I cannot believe it. I did not expect Mario to return to Smash Brothers, guys. I was very, very risky move. I thought that by this point Mario would become too big for his britches with that whole Illumination movie deal. By the way, that's going to be a great movie. Can't wait to see Toad minions. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Banana! I'm definitely expecting that. That's going to be in the movie. But in terms of Mario, it's going to be Mario, I guess. They might decide to add in some Odyssey stuff, particularly Cappy. I think we might see Cappy as a new move. Maybe not replacing the Flood, but definitely replacing the Cape. I think the Cape has definitely had its day in the sun. My computer just turned itself on again. Weird. I can definitely see the Flood sticking around as the down B, but I think if we're going to put Cappy anywhere, I'd replace the Cape. And that's all we know about Mario so far. Well, that's not even what we do know. And that's all I can speculate on about Mario for now. Now let's talk about Link. Link is far more interesting to talk about in this case. The design is completely different. In the last game, it was the design based on Skyward Sword, but in this game, it's like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I can say that. Breath of the Wild was huge, so it only makes sense. I am wondering if they're going to change up his moveset, to reflect this. I don't think they will. At the very least, I think his moves are going to get reskins based on Breath of the Wild, just like Link did. But what I'm thinking is that Breath of the Wild Link is just going to be the design. And they're going to pull inspiration for his moveset from all the Zelda games, like they have with Link in the past. Not Link to the Past, Link in the Past. Different thing. And again, that's really all I can talk about with Link. Again, this trailer gives us barely anything to work with in terms of returning characters. But as for new characters, the Inklings. Oh, who could have seen this coming? Everyone saw this coming. Everyone knew this. I put Inkling in my predictions list. I've got an entire list of predictions, and I'll be getting to that soon. But those are my predictions. You probably can't see any of them, and I'll be getting to them later. But for now, that's all you get. An Inkling was definitely on that list because, of course, it was. Had to be. It's the Inkling. Splatoon was big. Splatoon 2 was big. But the Inklings are now in Smash Bros. And I've got a lot of things to talk about with the Inklings. And I'll pretty much be using this formula for a lot of the new characters that come up. So let's start with... I've had a specific idea for Inkling's moveset for a long time. And it basically goes down to following what the Splatoon game is. I suppose you could go a Mega Man style approach because the Inkling don't have any melee attacks in-game. I really hope you can't hear that drilling. But yeah, the Inkling don't really punch and kick at all. You could add them in as their standard attacks, obviously. And I think that's probably what they will do. They won't go a Mega Man approach. But there'll definitely be a lot of attacks that utilize the Inkling weapons. The guns, the sniper, the roller. And I think that there's going to be a very unique mechanic to go along with them. I think that the Inkling's down B is going to be when the Inkling turns into squid form and hides in the ground. Not only will this let it dodge attacks, but it will also refill the ink meter for it to use on its other ink-based weapons and moves. So your gun, you're firing your gun, it runs out of ink, boom, down B for a while, swim around, avoid the opponents, refill your ink gauge, and then bam, shoot again, just like the game. I think that's probably what they'll do. I think that's definitely what they'll do. They'll want to try and make the Inkling as accurate to the game as possible. I think that for the neutral B, the gun is fine. I think the neutral B is probably just going to be the standard gun. I think that the side B will likely be the roller. Side B will most likely be the roller. As for up B, I don't really know. I don't recall any specific up B style weapons in Splatoon. I guess you could do the jetpack. In fact, that's probably what they'll do. They'll probably do a different version of the jetpack. And that'll be interesting as well. If you get knocked off the edge and you haven't refilled your ink gauge, you're basically screwed. Oh, that could be a really good idea. And I think they'll utilize that mechanic a lot with the Inkling as well. As for the final Smash, I have two ideas. The Inkzooka. Or the Kraken. I could very easily see them putting one of the two of these in. They'll probably go the Inkzooka, or the Ink Strike, whatever it's actually called. But we'll see. Now I want to talk about Splatoon in general, because we know that Splatoon is getting representation in Smash Bros., but that doesn't end at the Inkling. It also has an effect on stages, assist trophies, items, that kind of stuff. And that's what I want to look at now. In terms of a Splatoon stage, I'm not really sure what they'll do. Nothing stands out at the moment as the ideal Splatoon stage to add in. Walleye Warehouse is an option. That resort one, that could be good. Urchin Underpass, that's a very likely one. Moray Towers, most likely Urchin Underpass. Or they could incorporate something from the single player mode, like the different stages there. Maybe one of the boss stages, who knows. There are just a lot of options for the Splatoon stage, and nothing is... Nothing screams out at me at the moment as, yes, that's what they'll do. There might be some interesting mechanics you could put in a Splatoon stage. Coloured Inklings firing in the background with the colour of the player. So like player 1 is red, so they'll fire red ink, and then while player 1 is in that red ink, they're fine, but everyone else gets slowed down a bit. Dunno. That might be interesting, that might be infuriating. We'll see. And I know that this isn't nearly as interesting as talking about the character themselves, but I do like speculating and I do have some ideas. So in terms of specific items, I think a really good idea would be to have a pickup item which is basically the rifle. Not the rifle, the sniper. The sniper, that's it, the sniper. The sniper rifle, it is a rifle. Yeah, just have a rifle you can pick up, charge and fire, but when it runs out of ink it's pretty much useless. Just something like that. I don't know what else you could have. Like, I suppose you could add in like an item for one of the other finishing moves in Splatoon. Off from memory, I don't know what they are. And as for assist trophies, you could have DJ Octavius come in and start firing at you from the background like Andros does. That could be cool. Or maybe he summons an army of the Octolings and then they fire on the opponents, not only damaging them with their ink, but their ink also slows the opponents down a little bit. That could be cool. And I also want to talk about how the Inklings are portrayed in the trailer. You can see that the main design they're focusing on is the female orange Inkling, which I do like. That is pretty much the definite Inkling. But they also had a focus on the male Inkling, and that's what I think they're going to do. They're going to do a Wii Fit Trainer style of thing, where the main focus is the female Inkling, but then you can play as the male Inkling if you want, and the different colours for each. I hope that they have some different skins that have specific Inklings, like Callie and Marie. I think it'd be fun to play as them. I just hope that they have more different skins that are different characters in general, because that was a really cool idea they didn't utilise very well in the previous game. Just turn it up to 11 and I'll be happy with that. In terms of Splatoon, I think I've pretty much covered everything. And that's basically the video. That's what these are going to be. I think that I like this idea. When more information comes out, I'll be talking about it, I'll be speculating about it, I'll be doing all of that because it's fun to me. And whether it's fun to you, like and subscribe. And I'll also be putting out a video soon, but not too soon, detailing my entire ideal roster for the new game. Not the roster I think will actually happen, just my ideal roster. The one where in a perfect world, if I got to design a roster, what I would do. Just in advance, in case anyone starts trolling and being like, oh, they'll never get in, and I know they will. There are some characters in my list that just will not get in. Under no circumstances. But I'm going to put them in anyway, because it's my roster and I can do what I want. For now though, I think we've covered the Inkling and Splatoon effectively. So thank you very much. If you like this style of video, let me know. I am trying to stay away from just doing Let's Plays on my channel, because I don't think I did very well at them. And the fact that no one's been like screaming at me to continue putting out Crash 3 and no Jack videos kind of speaks for itself in my eyes. So I'm going to be trying some new things in the future for my channel, including these kind of videos, some other ideas I've got in the works. It's going to be fun, and hopefully if I can do them sooner rather than later, that would be ideal. But in any case, guys, that was the Inkling, and it's going to be a fun year. I cannot wait for the internet to get bonkers hyped up for this game like they did a couple of years ago. Smash Brothers! I need to get a Switch first, though. That's something I need to do. Yeah. Mom! And that was the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of video, then click up here to watch my reaction to the previous Nintendo Direct. And you can click down here to watch my entire playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 2 Hard Mode. I do want to try Hard Mode again at some point, but at the moment I just don't have the resources to do a Let's Play well. That'll be shelved for now. But thank you very much for watching. My name is Ice Cuff. This has been Off the Cuff, and I'll see you next time.